Hello and welcome back to Let's Play the Darkest Dungeon. My name is Sir Chemist. Today we're gonna do a mission into the Cove and we're gonna bring these 4 champion level characters, and I have to say it is very expensive to upgrade characters to this level because it takes 4,000 for each of the final upgrades for the armor that they're wearing and their weaponry, and also each skill, getting each skill to level 5 also costs 1,500 gold. So yeah, we're kind of poor again. Last time we ended at around 40,000 gold, now we're down to 8,000 and I even had to sell a few trinkets. Oh well, hopefully we'll get the gold back in due course. However, for now, let's talk about the party formation. Now we have the champion man-at-arms. He's a Cove tactician, which is good, although he's probably gonna be using his defender and rampart ability most of the time. I have given him the rampart shield, which we collected in a recent episode. The longevity eye patch gives him increased hit points. I would have used the life crystal, but as you can see, the grave robber needs it because the grave robber doesn't have a lot of hit points at all. Alright, that's all I have to say about the man-at-arms, I think. Then we have the Plague Doctor. I've given her the Tough Ring, once again, to make characters more resistant. I've also given her the Steady Bracer because well, it would be nice if she actually landed her blight attacks. Unlike last time, I'm going to be clever and bring a few blight damage dealing characters into the Cove. She also has Battlefield Medicine, which can cure blight and bleach, which is of course good. And Emboldening Vapors is going to be her most important ability, especially at the beginning of a battle. She's going to apply this to either the Grave Robber or the Occultist in order to buff them up. Because the Grave Robber from this position can use her lunge ability, and, well, if necessary, she could also use poisonous darts. It kind of depends on what the enemies are like, essentially. But anyway, once he moves to the forward, she can use Shadow Fade to move backwards. During that time, the Plague Doctor, of course, can make use of her Plague Grenade and what else have you. The Battlefield Medicine she can also only use from the last 3 positions. Yeah, so that's basically the idea. I've given the Grave Robber the Life Crystal, like I already mentioned, and the Focus Ring for increased accuracy and crit chance. This does reduce her dodge a little bit, but she's gonna be buffing herself up with Shadow Fade is my idea, and Toxin Trickery perhaps even. So I'm kind of hoping that she is going to be fine. She is also a Cove tactician, so she should be dealing very nice damage in that area. Finally, we have the champion Occultist. I've given him the Eldritch Slayer Ring and the Eldritch Killing Incense. Like I said, I can either buff up the Grave Robber or him. It depends on the battle, and if I buff him up, it's most likely because I'm going to be using the Abyssal Artillery, which should take down any shamans, for example. Because with like 100% extra damage, or close to that anyway, we should be able to take down most backline enemies easily. Anyway, let's get into this dungeon. It is going to be a Gather 3 Ancestors Relics mission, which is a bit unfortunate because that means that we have to sacrifice 3 inventory slots for these relics. But oh well, what can you do, eh? We do, however, before I do that, we do, however, get a nice Sacred Scroll, which is going to be very useful when we are going to bring a Vestal along in one of the future episodes. So, a lot of talking. I'm kind of nervous, I have to admit. This is a champion level mission after all, and last time it didn't go particularly well. Let's bring 5 bandages. We do have Battlefield Medicine, and the Grave Robber can also cure blight on herself, so 5 should do, I'm hoping. Let's bring 2 medicinal herbs, 2 keys. Last time I forgot those because I thought there wouldn't be any chests in the Cove, which is a very big mistake. 1 holy water, and let's also bring 10 torches should do it. Alright. Well, this layout is not particularly great. We're gonna go back because it could be that one of the Ancestors' relics is right behind us. I am not going to use a medicinal herbs. Maybe I'm gonna do that on the way back. I have the luxury of waiting. Nothing in here. Alright. We did get a scout though, which is good. We know there's a hallway fight. In the next hallway. Oh boy. It's a trap. What is it? It is blight, but she resisted, which is good. Right, let's use a shovel on this. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, a Yucca Savage and a Pelagic Piranha. Okay, what am I going to do here? I think the lunge can reach the third character, so I think I'm gonna buff up the Grave Robber. Lunge. That might get the kill. Ah, 1 hit point short. Oh, really? 1 hit point short. That is so frustrating. Do we have anyone who can kill him? Oh, there is our first relic as well, by the way. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. Let us kill him. Then we only have to deal with one enemy who has a stun resistance of 95. We should have a very decent chance of stunning him, in fact. This also works nicely, by the way. He did resist it. That is a bit unfortunate. Arterial Pinch didn't land. Very good. What is his bleed resistance anyway? 90. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Let's do a Shadow Fate. Resisted the stun again. Okay then. Weakening Curse. There's nothing really else that he can do, unfortunately. Then we are going to blight him. And we're going to blight him a lot. Material Pinch against the Plague Doctor. It landed, which is unfortunate. 10 damage over time. Yuch. Well, let's once again try for the stun here. One of these days we should get the stun, right? Okay, Poisonous Darts, I guess. That is going to be more effective in this situation than the lunge, I'm hoping. Cannot remove the blight from the Plague Doctor, unfortunately, so let us do... What is the Abyssal Artillery going to do? 4 to 7. It does have a 20% chance of critting, so... well. What can you do? Definitely a bandage. And then another Noxious Blast. Alright, 17 per turn. He's going down. Slowly, but surely. Let's use Bolster, increase our speed and our dodge as well. See if we can avoid a bleed in the next round. More Blight, please. It landed, very good. Let's try to heal up our Plague Doctor. I say that because there's a chance that she's gonna get bled. The weird reconstruction is kind of a weird trade-off between the chance of causing a bleed and having a random amount of hit points added to a character. But anyway, only 4 damage. I probably should bolster. That is probably going to be more effective, but anyway. Okay, good. Well, then we are done, I guess. We have to wait until he dies, which is going to happen automatically. $36. Very nice. And no bleed. Very good. 8 damage, then he is definitely gone. 22 damage over time. Wow. Very impressive. This is, of course, champion levels of Blight. There is going to be a battle in here. And another... Oh, there is no battle in here. There's another relic in here. Interesting. Well, we could ignore it for now, because this is a rather central room. So if we did ignore it, we could use a few more supplies before we actually pick it up. Once again, a torch is disappearing. That's kind of weird. Let's use a shovel. I think we can risk it, since we've already found 2 out of the 3 relics that we are looking for. No scout this time. I am going to check out that room now that we're here. Or am I? Yeah, I am going to check it, because another one of these fights. Although this is a Tide Master now. Let us buff up once again the Grave Robber. She didn't get her turn first, which is kind of annoying, because the speed of him is 12, the speed of her is 14. Thanks to, of course, the buff, but regardless. Once again, just short of getting the kill. Ugh. Oh well. Let's try to stun him. Move the Grave Robber back at the same time. We did get the stun this time. Alright, very good. Then you can start blighting him. The Grave Robber may... Yeah, there's little else that she can do except for try to stun him again. She could do a Toxin Trickery, I suppose, but... Ah well, it was worth a shot. Bolster would be good. 6 damage, Arterial Pinch, it landed, a crit, and the bleed also landed. 50 damage in total over time, wow. That is not something to be underestimated, is it? Definitely a bandage. No, she cannot heal herself up, because she needs to be in the 3rd or 4th position for that. You do a Weakening Curse. Yeah, that's fine. I was looking to see if it perhaps also reduced his crit chance, but it doesn't seem so. Too bad. 17 damage over time is not bad at all. Another Arterial Pinch. Once again it lands. Once again it lands twice. This time it only lasts 3 rounds though. Her bleed resistance is only 70, which is kind of annoying. Perhaps what I should do with the Man-at-Arms instead is guard her. That actually sounds like a pretty good idea. Let's heal her back up. That's not healing up. And that actually aggravates the bleeding. Bollocks. Alright, lunge? No, I think more bleed is better. Or more blight, of course, is what I mean. Let's guard her. Let's make sure that she doesn't get bled out too much. Yeah, alright, this was a good decision. Yeah, because his bleed resistance is also a little bit higher than the one of the Plague Doctor, so this is really good. Hopefully we get a good heal with the Occultist here. No, we did not. Nope. I wouldn't call that good. Ever. Moving her back, there's no point in that. Let's just use a bandage and blight. It's a bit of a waste of the bandages, honestly, but really don't know what else to do. Hey, damage is decent. He's gonna die from the blight anyway, though. Take all of that. Let's eat a bit of food with her. Nothing in here. That's too bad. Empty crates. I'm not going to walk all the way back, but we are down to 1 shovel, so... I hope we have enough shovels to complete this mission successfully. Alright, one of these fights. Although we have not done these before at this level. This time I think I am going to use the Emboldening Vapors on the Occultist. Alright, she gets her turn. She may be able to take one of these guys down. Maybe she won't be able to do that. Anyways. Yeah, well then the Abyssal Artillery is gonna finish the job. Not quite. Close though. Another Abyssal Artillery ought to do the job. A Crush fortunately can reach the Cultist Witch. Anything else? No, that seems to be the best play right now. Now they all get their turns, which isn't good. The Plague Doctor is in the 3rd position though, so she should be a bit more... a bit safer from attacks. I say that. Might be completely random, but that is always the impression that I get. Alright, we could do with some healing right now. Yeah, I think I'll do that. 15. That's a lot better than when he was trying to heal the Plague Doctor. Another Spearfish. 10 damage. She's not doing well. I probably should guard her when I get another turn with the Man-at-Arms. He resisted the stun. Wow, impressive. Plague Grenades could be good. Yeah, I guess that is the way to go here. Simply to get rid of that one Piranha. Another 4 damage may cause a bleed. It didn't. Okay, then you can, like I said, guard the Plague Doctor. You should probably try to heal her, even though chances are that you're going to bleed her to death before you do that. 8 damage, and a bleed. Bandage, let's use the Toxin Trickery instead. Alright, you can now use a Noxious Blast. It's not really necessary, but may as well. He's dead, he gets a turn next, I'm guessing. Yes, indeed. Seaward Slash. 16 from a crit. Wow, okay. Good thing that he was guarding someone. Otherwise, that would have been even worse. If you can imagine that. Yeah, let's try to stun that guy again. We should one of these days land the stun. Try to heal up the Grave Robber. Excellent. Even with a bleed, that would have been an excellent heal. Alright, dodged it this time. His protection is a lot higher now, of course. Is he now going to die over time? No, he isn't. Ah well. Let us keep on guarding. I like that strategy at the moment. Okay, maybe a lunge against this guy or this guy. I really have trouble making up my mind today. Let's do that instead, and he should be dead, right? Yes, only barely, but still. You do another... No, actually, we can curse him. Because he is likely to get his turn next. There we go. She is guarded, fortunately. The bleed actually landed. Okay. He does have 90% resistance, I guess. That is not 100%, obviously. Crush now, I guess. That should finish the job, right? Yeah, alright. Toxin Trickery. Embolden. I wish I could cure the bleed on the Man-at-Arms, but so be it. Ah, boy. Healed 10 and they are losing 9 again from the bleed. Ah, well. What are we going to take here? I guess the portraits are not really that important to us right now, so I would rather have that. And I'm not entirely sure, but this may give us stress relief. Aura of Strength. Not entirely sure what that did. Probably the damage? I'm not sure. Anyway, Do I want to cure? Yeah, I'm going to use the bandage here. Once again, because her health is relatively low. But now we are completely out of bandages, which isn't good. Okay, a lot of things to do here in this dungeon. I'm not going to use that. I mean, I'm not going to use a shovel on that, at any rate. We could consider buffing up with a campfire before we do any of these. I'm going to go here because I am thirsting for more loot as well. Is there a trap here? No. Alright, fine. Almost out of torches. I am going to... we should be fine in this current torchlight. Alright, stress wave. That ain't good. The madman is likely to get a turn as well. It didn't. Occultist this time, I think. Accusation. 16 stress and a debuff. Until next camp. Okay, good thing that we're almost going to camp, at least I think so. Let's try to stun the savage. Alright, good, we got it. Very nice. Then you can try to use a lunge against... against him. So a greater chance to hit him. The Abyssal Artillery is a bit wasted now. In fact, the whole buff is a bit of a waste right now. Only 5 to 9 damage. Yeah, that's definitely not worth it. Instead, we could, for example, use the pool for a bit of damage. Oh, we can only reach the savage with that. Okay, fine by me. In that case, let's heal up him. Hopefully, at least. Alright. Okay, you're really irritating. Fine. Why the hell not? Ooh, that almost got the kill even. 1 hit point more and we would have gotten the kill. But... well, that's really unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate. Buff up her. Maybe she is gonna get the turn before the madman does. And then she can stun the madman. Take away his turn. Prevent any more stress damage, hopefully. And then we still have to deal with the savage. Unless we can stun him again. But that is very unlikely at this very moment. So let's instead... defend the... yeah, the grave robber, I think. Okay, arterial pinch. Too bad. I was kind of hoping that he would attack the plague doctor with that attack. But still, this wasn't a bad outcome. Only 1 damage and no bleed. They actually buffed up the madman. That's not good. Let's now try to stun the savage again. We really need to start dealing some damage against these guys. The man-at-arms... 93 stress. That isn't good. We need to start doing stuff. But I have kind of trouble finding a way in with these guys. I guess Blight will do for now. Abyssal Artillery. At least that gets rid of the Shaman. You can do a crush against him. Only 12 damage, unfortunately. Tidal Slam may get a stun off. Alright, it did. As long as the madman is not going to target him. Never mind. Oh boy. Please. Yeah, he's gonna go insane. Wow! Vigorous! I am so lucky with my man-at-arms, dear lord! This happened very recently too. Well... that changes things. A little. A lot, honestly. Let's buff up the grave robber. You weaken the savage. I really need to start learning these champion level enemy names. Arterial pinch, dodged it, very nice. Lunge, finally got the kill on him. And now we can start dealing blight damage. Move him forward because he can move quite fast. You should probably worry more about healing people up. Tidal Slam. Please don't knock him back again. Okay, very nice. He, of course... No, he isn't even resistant to the stun anymore. That's interesting. Alright, well, good thing, I guess. Nothing to complain about. You, in fact, guard her. Just to make sure that she doesn't bleed to death again. Alright, we could try to stun, but there's little point in that. Actually, we will still do that, simply to move her back to the third position. For a moment, my soul's guilt is lifted. For a moment. He heals himself? I love you. Okay, yeah, let's now simply attack, I guess. 10 damage, pretty decent. More healing, or... No, I'm going to use a weakening curse. The healing has a chance of blighting, not blighting, bleeding them anyway. Okay, he resisted the blight this time, interesting. Tidal Slam. Shouldn't be too bad. Indeed it isn't. Another crush. Almost there. Almost there. Do I want a lunge? No. 17 at this stage. I'm going to risk it. 16 is good. No bleed, excellent. Just in time as well. Alright, now, do I want to do the other room first? I'm not sure. I don't think that I do. I think we are currently in a good position. So I am going to continue straight away, which means I'm going to loot the chest straight away. It would free up an inventory slot. In fact, it would free up 2. We would only lose the 18% damage buff on the man-at-arms, but that isn't actually that bad. So I am going to camp after all. I would like some stress relief. So sure, a feast. Hopefully we're gonna have enough food for this dungeon. Is anyone diseased? I don't think that they are. Indeed they are not. All companions increased dodge. That could be good. Instruction, increased accuracy, increased damage, increased crits. That could be good on the grave robber. Don't need that. Dark strength. I actually didn't do the camping skills all that well. I see now. But we should still be fine. Improved scouting chance. Not really necessary, in my humble opinion. We don't even have that many things that we can make use of, to be perfectly honest. But fortunately we have our man-at-arms. He can use an instruction on the grave robber. Then tactics. And maintain equipment. Then we have 4 points remaining, which we are going to use for a pep talk on the grave robber. And finally... Oh, interesting. I can increase the stress on the occultist to increase damage on another character. I kind of like that. I think I can risk that even. I mean, 15 stress is not that bad. Sure. Alright, who do I want to increase the damage on, though? Maybe the grave robber? I guess the grave robber again. Alright, interesting. Interesting little camping ability. Alright. We have a key. That's a lot of busts, which is good. I may dump them if I find more valuable things, but it's quite alright. And we of course also need to remember that we still need some inventory space for the last 2 Ancestors relics. Not going to interact with that. We may still need a shovel. This shouldn't be too bad. Let's buff up him. Although, actually the speed buff on the Grave Robber might be worth buffing her up for. Alright, he keeps on healing himself, which I love. We could try to stun him, I think. It, maybe. Alright, you do a lunge against him. Excellent. And then finally, the Piranha. How are we going to take him out? I'm not quite sure. We are going to debuff him though. The buff on the Occultist hasn't been particularly effective. Stress Wave, dodged it, very good. Do another debuff, I guess. Let's now stun the Tidemaster. And then you can buff up the Man-at-Arms. He may in fact simply use his Crush ability this round. His damage has been reduced by 80%, which should be good enough for now. Seaward Slash, only 2 damage, yeah, that's fine. I can barely see the difference on the health bar, so definitely okay. Take all of that, or at least most of it, because we are already out of inventory space. Fortunately, we don't really need the deeds. Move back, there we are. Battle, yes, of course there is. Unless, of course, there is an Ancestor's Relic in here. Yep. Okay then. Let us dump the citrine and take it. Take it with us. And then, of course, we could try to... we could use the shovel now, I guess. I guess we could... Yeah, sure, fine. What the hell. Ooh, that is a lot of deeds and... An Ancestor's Lantern reduced chance of the party being surprised, but increased stress damage on the character. I think that's a trade-off that is worthwhile in most situations. I am going to dump the busts and take the Ancestor's Lantern. Alright. We could avoid this hallway battle. I don't think that I will, though. Oh, good. This is excellent. Who has a negative quirk? You do. You get more stress damage, which isn't great. That is not horrible. She is kind of bad. Yeah, I'm probably going to use it with, on the Grave Robber. Damn, I'm really tongue-tied at the moment. Yep, Grave Robber it is. Medicinal herbs. Claustrophobia. Okay, that one I actually cared about the least. But still. Another savage, okay. Let us start with attempting to stun... I guess? This guy? Missed. Yeah. Buff up her. Make her extremely fast and powerful. Stress wave, that's not good. It actually landed on both of us. Although she's a bit stress resistant at the moment, so that's good. Didn't even get the kill, how disappointing. Abyssal Artillery will do the job though. Arterial Pinch. If that lands, there's nothing we can do about that. Although she can actually cure it herself. So I guess that is a consideration to be making. Let's try the Rampart thing again. Okay, this time we did get the stun. And we do desperately need a battlefield medicine on this. That's way too much damage to allow to happen to us. Alright. We could try to stun him again. We could also increase our dodge. Yeah, let's do that. At the moment I'm content with that. I am of course starting to apply damage over time now. Let's defend her. I kind of want to be in a position, I guess, where I can use the battlefield medicine with the Plague Doctor. And that means that the Grave Robber cannot be in the third position, or rather that the Plague Doctor should not be in the second position. But that is, in this particular instance, kind of equivalent. Then again, stunning him would also be good, so there you go. Let's apply another Blight. You apply another Guard. This time on the Grave Robber. Abyssal Artillery, 4 to 7 damage is not a lot, but it may crit. Indeed, it did. 12 damage over time, it's decent. Stun resistance is now in effect. No more corpses either. Let's use the lunge. Only 8. Ugh. Disappointing. Okay, let us guard the Plague Doctor again. Debuff. Blight. Receiving 18. He is going to be dead on his next turn if we manage to land another Blight. Then again, we may be able to stun him even before that happens. No, we're not. Maybe with a Crush. 6 damage, that should be enough, right? It isn't, because of course one of the Blights has expired by now. But now he is basically dead. Okay, very good. Waiting for his turn, which is right about now. Alright, let's use a sword. Can we use another one? No, we cannot. Take as much as we can. We're not going to dump the key because I want to go to the other treasure room. We may also still encounter another coral. So I'm not going to dump the medicinal herbs either. I think I'm simply going to dump... The torch isn't really worth it anymore at this point. Let's bring the crests, because we still need a lot of those. And what was in here? Nothing. Okay, good. I think I'm gonna go to the right first. I'm not going to interact with that. Your disarm chance is 135, which is more than enough. Take that. Instead of, I guess, the busts. Yeah. Still, I'm hoping to find a coral. The next fight is probably going to be in the darkness. Please don't touch that, thank you. I haven't really looked at all of the negative quirks that they have. And at the very least I don't remember all of them. Okay, let's take all of those, ignore the rest. We haven't had a hunger event yet. Speak of the devil. Okay. A fight in the dark. Can we deal with that? 2 Tide Masters, 2 Piranhas. They get the first action. 19 damage right out of the gate. Wow. Also, I didn't properly prepare this party. But anyway, let's apply a Plague Grenade to the back row. We don't have the gas grenade with the Plague Doctor, whatever it's called. The ability that allows us to stun the back row. Okay, let's try to stun the other Piranha. Good, we succeeded at that. Then you can now defend the, I guess, the Grave Robber. Because her health is relatively low. Call of the Deep, buffing that character up. He's going to skip his turn, fortunately. So it's not going to last as long. Let's use the Abyssal Artillery. 11 and 15. Are they now dead? No, not quite, although the second one is. Stress Wave lands. Not very good for us. But they are now both dead, so that's good at least. Let's stun this guy. And you buff up the Grave Robber, and he can use a lunge again against the Piranha. Very nice. Excellent. Things are going as I planned. Death skips his turn. Next round, we go first, reduce his damage, just in case he gets a chance to act before us. I may as well try to stun him again. No success, unfortunately. The man-at-arms is still protected from his previous actions. Let us use a weird reconstruction on the Grave Robber. That caused a bleed, unfortunately. I want to use a Rampart, because I kind of want to use the Battlefield Medicine now on the Grave Robber. Stunning him again, there's no point in that, is there? No, there isn't. Anyway, I want to move back anyway. We actually did get the stun there, that's surprising. And this should kill him, right? Indeed it does. Oh, that's a lot of loot. Interesting. I do want the crests at the very least. So you know what? I'm going to eat food with all of them in the hopes that that staves off another hungry event. It probably won't, but anyway. And dump the rest, I guess. Interact with this. Oh, I also could have dumped the... Now we get a bandage, of course we do. Anyway, let's dump the deeds, because we don't really want them either. And take the crests. And push on a little bit further. Just a tiny bit further. An empty crate. That is simply healing. Alright, well... Too bad that we didn't get to use the last 2 medicinal herbs. Here you go. Very decent outcome in my opinion. We got 8,000, 17,000 gold almost. And of course a sacred scroll and a lot of crests, which is good. I'm kind of curious to see how many. 36 then, I guess. 38, 39, 40, okay. Weak grip. That's not great, just in case just in the circumstances that there are circumstances in which I want to use her as a melee character. In that case, the weak grip is not particularly great. Soft is something that I want to remove immediately. Precise striker. What is that? Maybe increased accuracy? Probably. But anyway, increased damage in the wield is also nice. Alright, 19,000 gold. I guess that I want to send them to the sanitarium in order to prevent those nasty new quirks from taking effect. Yeah, definitely want to remove that one. What do you have? What do you have? Alright. Let's get rid of that. Alright, now, next time. No, before we do that, Nomad's Wagon upgrade. Reduce cost. Thank you. Next upgrade, 48. That's okay though. Next time, what mission are we going to do? I'm not really sure if I can afford to do another champion level mission. I mean... yeah, that's going to be tricky. I'm not going to do that, I think. Instead, I'm going to do another veteran level mission. Which one should I do? Well, we have 3 options. that doesn't look particularly great. Book of Rage also doesn't appeal to me at all. Poisoned Herb is... I've never actually used it. Gather 3 medicines. Once again, this has the problem of an inventory that gets occupied by quest items. But anyway, explore 90% of rooms. We may just do this one, just for the heck of it. Yeah, sure, why the hell not? Simply to get some gold, and then we may actually do a boss, even? I'm not really sure about that. But anyway, I'll decide that in between episodes. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope to see you next time. Take care.